Hi, Rodney. Hi, Tag Team. And
Mm.
you guys, we have a special guest all the way from South Africa. It's
Hey, hey,
Zildjian. No, I'm
hey.
kidding.
How
Hi, hi, Jerome. Okay,
are you
introduce
doing,
yourself to
Del?
everybody.
Yes, of course. Hey, everyone. My name is Jerobiam. I am 31 years old from South Africa, Cape Town. And yeah, very happy to be here.
You
Del
guys,
and I, we have been chatting about pageants for the longest time. And now it's great to do something like this together. Yeah.
right. You guys, just also a fun fact. He also competes, or he competed in Mr.
Yeah.
Pageant. So we've got a king over here, you guys. Yes.
Yeah, so I was introduced to pageants, I think 2017. I never used to like pageants because I just thought like it's so superficial. But then I gave it a try, and when I started watching Demi in Miss Universe, I was like, okay, there's actually more to what the ladies can bring to the platform.
Oh, okay.
um and then fast forward to 2023, that's when I started competing. My first pageant ever, no experience. So I did Mr. Supranational South Africa. And
Uh-oh.
then I ended up as second runner up in the country. And then I did Mr. World South Africa last year. And I
Yeah.
made to the top 16. So yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, you guys. We've got a king in our hands, you guys. Hey, I'm gonna fix the camera really quick because you're not moving. So
Okay, okay.
okay. So
Is it
you're
better
not
now?
moving. You guys, how's the camera? Is it freezing, you guys? Okay, you're moving now. I was like, why is he frozen? Okay. Because
Everything seems fine.
people were saying that like whenever I'm like chatting, like it freezes or something like that.
Okay. I've watched your
Ugh.
previous episode and it did do that, but it's not too bad.
It's low budget. I can't, guys. Oh my god, it's so hot right now. You guys, he is in South Africa, and right now in
Yeah.
South Africa, it's what, very cold. It's winter.
Yeah, it's winter. Yeah, it's the start of winter for us. That's why I'm all in my polo neck, or I think you guys call it turtleneck in America. So it's
Wait, what
quite
is it
cold.
called in what is it called?
Polo neck.
Polar neck. Isn't
Yeah.
that amazing? This is what I love, getting to talk to everybody from all around the world. It's like I learn new things. Like seriously, it's the greatest thing ever. I didn't know like people called it besides turtleneck. It's either called turtleneck or a mock neck, or so.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. So if
Yeah.
the length of the collar is
Yeah.
smaller, we would call it mock neck. But if it's like wider, it would be turtleneck. And if it's a little bit loose, it'll be called a cowl neck. I don't know if like that's the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So for us, I think if it ends like here, like right above, what do you call this? The collarbones. Then it's
Uh
like a
huh.
Chinese collar.
Oh, Mandarin
Um,
collar. Uh huh.
Yeah, and everything above that we just call polo neck for all of
Got
it.
it. Got
Yeah.
it. Interesting. All right, let's
Awesome.
talk about pageantry. So we know
Mm,
that you like competed before, and what is
mm.
that like? How is that? Because I don't watch these Mr. pageants and stuff like that. Many of my viewers like Dell. You should totally like 'cause I am a little bit boy crazy. I'm not gonna lie. And so when I see hot guys, I'm like, yes. But I don't really watch pageant. Like I don't watch male pageant because it's just something that I don't want to watch. I'm
Yeah.
not interested in it. So how's that like working? It's like half of the kings gay, or are they mainly straight? Why are they? No, seriously, I want to know
In
why
my
male pageant. While
Yeah.
why I don't know what's the purpose of male, kings compete. Like, what's their ultimate purpose or goal?
Yeah, I think for male pageantry, it's fairly new compared to female pageantry, so it's not as well supported as we would like it to be because people still see it as back then with the ladies competing that it's all about the aesthetics, etc. And even though we still need a long way to go with male pageantry, it is really all about somebody who wants to be an inspiration to others for whatever they stand for, whether it be empowerment or equality.
Okay.
but we still need a lot of work to do that in terms of just branding and visibility. And I think also we just need a little bit more time in the male pageantry space. When it comes to your other question, I mean, there's a mixture of guys. Some of them are straight, some of them are bi, some of them are gay. From what I know from my experience, is really just quite a diverse group of guys, and I think that's what makes it so much interesting. Than other than where they come from, other than the languages they speak or the cultures, they all have different lived experiences as well. So it's very interesting, and I would say it's also much more of a party backstage. It's like the guys just really go out and have fun.
Right.
Obviously, you have that one or two guys that are very competitive and get their head in the game a little bit
Right.
too extra sometimes.
Oh, we love
Um,
extra. Uh-huh.
Yes, we do. So, but I mean, it's a good time. I had a really good time behind the scenes. Yeah.
Okay, you guys, this is why this is what I tell my this is what I say in my channel all the time. Every South African and Indians, they can speak really well. Like, look at this bitch. Like he's talking to us like he's competing or something. I'm like, okay, maybe we should like elect you to be like next Miss Universe or something. No, it's amazing. That's crazy. That's amazing. Because I don't,
Mhm.
it's just I have no interest in watching it. I mean,
Yeah.
I really try to get myself to like have the desire to want to watch it, but it's just like it's just not me, you guys. Just I cannot deal with like I don't know like how am I supposed to describe their walk, their catwalk? You know what I mean?
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean?
That's
Like
true.
with
That's
women,
true.
it's like it's so whimsical. There's so much
Mhm.
style of walking. So you know, with
Mm.
men, it's so limited and stuff like that.
It's
You
it's
know,
it's 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 very difficult to choose also like your top contenders, because it is much less on the critical side when it comes to poses and walking. Of course, your walk needs to you need to look like you know what to do, but it's
right?
less critical on that point of view. So we look more for a guy that's inviting, that is charming, somebody that you can put on the stage that can connect with people, whether it be off camera, on camera. So you
Hmm.
obviously you need a little bit of everything, but it's usually the guys that's warm and inviting that usually tends to snatch the crown. It's not always the guy who is the best built or whatever the case might be, because I mean, especially in male
Clearly, because of
pageantry,
Mr.
all of
World. Did you guys see Mr. World? Not well built. Okay.
so for example, for him, a lot of people like DM'd me about him. I was like, okay, what do you think? I was like, I mean, he was leading from the beginning already. He won so many special awards. Um, and I think that's the representation we also need in male pageantry, because we need um, that essence of what it means to be in male pageantry to come through. It's not a specific build. It's not what we always used to. So I think that was a really good win, not just for his country, but also for the world in terms of visibility of what male pageantry is about. So yeah, it's
So
it's
do
it's
you? So
quite a,
you
quite a
like?
good time.
I know, like having spoken with you now for quite some time. I know you like train girls and stuff like that as well, right? So
Yeah, yeah. So I do. So after I've competed in my pageants, I took like a little bit of a break, because I don't want to be that one who's so eager to win everything. So I was
I
like, let me
know you
step
have
back.
to be eager. How dare you? You gotta do it for Africa. Come on now.
So I was like, okay, let me take a step back and see what else can I do, like a little bit of a different challenge. And I stepped into the coaching side of things. Initially, it was about public speaking, which ties into a mentorship program that I've started in my hometown called Powerhouse Unlocked. So I've started with mentorship skills or public speaking skills in that, but then it slowly but surely progressed into like catwalk and styling and image consulting. So I've done that for a few guys and a few girls, and all of them have been winning and doing really
Period.
well.
Period.
So yeah, I really enjoy that space. So yeah, who knows? I might stick in that. I don't know. Maybe start a business or something. You never know.
Yeah, no, seriously. I think you guys, besides the fact that he's in like pageant stuff like that, this guy is an incredible singer also. It's funny, I
Thank
know all
you.
about that. See, you guys, when I'm the people that I meet through my channel has been so like honestly like eye opening. I meet so many random people that are talented in their respective countries, and he's an incredible singer. I mean, you're gonna
Thank
give us the
you.
sample or something for Pride Month? Come on now, do
Guys,
it, do it.
Tyler,
Come
Dal
on,
always calls
Tyler.
me Tyler when I join the in the
Come on,
lives.
Tyler.
So let
Give
me
it a
go.
song.
Let me see. Okay. Make me sweat, make me harder, make me lose my breath, make me water.
Yes, you guys love it. He is a
Thank
star.
you.
He is a star, and I am gonna kill him. I'm kidding. All right. So as you know, I'm doing this chat for like Pride Month and just like talking to
Yeah.
most of a lot of my LGBTQ viewers,
Mm.
which there's a lot of you bitches out there. And I just wanted to make this about you guys. So what is it like? What is your experience being a gay person in like South
Mm.
Africa and Africa in general? What it's like out there?
Yeah, so starting from so I'm obviously I'm South African. I'm born in a very small community, which has its good and its bad. And I was born in a very like religious, strict household. Um, and obviously we know how that goes, so it was very much, yeah, pushed under the rug in the beginning. Nobody talks about it.
Sure.
And eventually, I think it was my cousin, who is now a woman of transgender experience. She essentially, I think, paved the way for all of us that follows, because there's quite a few of us that recently came out. So I think she did such good work for the family to get acquainted and get used to the fact that nothing else is different about us. This is just part of who we are. And slowly but surely, they started opening up and warming up to who we are. And I think from a community to a South African perspective, I think we are quite blessed as South Africans to have a constitution that protects us. At least, of course, we know this to be true on paper, but we do see a lot of hate crimes still in South Africa.
Mhm.
um, but slowly, in my experiences, I've seen it become better, although there's still quite a lot of work to be done. In Africa as well, of course, the majority of it is still against it, based on principles and morals from what the continent viewed as is. But I can also see quite a few other African countries are starting to be, especially those who are in the community, start to speak up. And fundamentally, we need to remember that it is we have the right to love who we want,
Right.
and we can contribute so much, because in my experience and your experience, we know that those who belong in the LGBTQ community have so much to offer from all different aspects, whether it be talents, whether it be gifts, whether it be certain skills. And I feel like because we have been so marginalized for quite some time, now that for me as a South African get the space to occupy spaces that I'd never done before, they are like quite shocked. Oh, I didn't know, like, gay people are like this or like that. And I realized, okay, it's just something, it's that people didn't understand fully. And if you don't understand something, you become fearful, you come up with your own perceptions. But the more we start embracing each other, the easier it gets. I'm having such a great time with a wide variety of people with different experiences in terms of orientations and identities. So I think it will just take some time for everybody to eventually get on board. I mean, we've already done quite a lot of progress, but it has been very difficult in general in the beginning. But at the moment, it's actually we're getting there, ideally to where we want it to be. Yeah.
Okay, so is there like a religion factor to why people oppose it? I mean, I don't really know the predominant religion in
Mhm.
Africa or
Mhm.
South
Mhm.
Africa. So, I mean,
Mm.
obviously, as you know, like wherever you go,
Mhm.
the main opposition to this topic is because of religion, right?
Yeah.
So is
Yeah.
it like
Yeah.
that? Is it just all deeply rooted in religion, or is it more of like the normative? It's just like not normal, so therefore people are just like, that's not what it's supposed to be.
Exactly, exactly. I think it mainly stems from religion. That would be the main driver of why people are so opposed to it. Speaking from my own community and my own experience, I come from a very, very like impoverished background, and people would not always have the access to the basic needs and stuff. So the only thing that kept them going was religion, and they took it to the T. So if anybody strayed away from that in this perspective of sexual identity and orientation, then you get frowned upon, you get things said to you. So it's mainly from a religious point of view, in my experience. Yeah.
So have you had a difficult experience being LGBTQ?
I would say not actually. I mean, I had the occasional bullying, like from a very young age,
Sure.
but it was more so about being naturally inquisitive and academics, but not so much from a being queer or identifying as gay in that aspect. So I didn't have much um people, like, abusing or harming me in that way. And I think it's because I was just naturally this person who, from a very young age, I didn't take anything to mind about what people has to say
Right.
about me, because I was always such a loner. I always did things by myself. I never had a lot of friends.
Same.
So it was something that just easily run off my back, but I know this is not the same experience for everyone.
Right.
But yeah, I didn't have, even within in workspaces or career spaces, because I love what I do, and people see the value of that. Nobody ever had like an issue or problem with that. So I was one of the I wouldn't say fortunate ones, but I would say lucky, and
Right.
I feel blessed not to have gone through that experience.
Right.
But yeah, not to a point where I can literally say I was literally like abused or bullied to an extent that really affected me, at least physically or mentally, at least. Yeah.
Right. It's so funny because like I always feel like there's like a threshold and then you have to kind of meet that for not, for you to
Mm,
say like there's certain
mm,
acceptance for the society as a whole. They accept certain,
mm,
like if you meet this threshold, it's like comfortable enough for them to like accept it.
yeah.
Like same with me, being trans, right? And it's so
Mm-hmm.
funny, like I've been getting kind of DM and like messages. They're like, wow, I didn't know. Like I still can't fathom that. But
Yeah.
I also have never had to deal with a whole lot of like bullying. Um,
Mm,
as a matter
mhm.
of fact, everything went better when I transitioned. You know what I mean? Again, and it's
Yeah.
not the same experience for other trans because I'm fortunate to be, I guess, passable, right? Which is the threshold that I'm speaking of,
Mhm,
is that there's
mhm.
a threshold as long as they see what people, as long as I'm mainly talking about straight people. It's like
Yeah,
and
yeah,
biological, like male or female. Like as long as they
yeah.
see what is like the perception is normal to them, like they really don't care. But then if I
Mhm,
had a beard and a mustache, then it's a little bit
mhm,
uncomfortable for them. So I think it's
mhm,
just
mhm,
it's so I don't want to say it's wrong. I get it because we're like human beings are visual, right? So that's why
mhm,
to me,
mhm,
it's like, like to me, I try to teach, like when I speak to other young trans, I'm like, well, try to be as feminine as you can, and I'm not one to say like, be you, because
mm.
sometimes being you, I mean, I shouldn't say this out loud. If you decide to be you, let's say you're trans, but
Yeah,
you still want your beard or mustache, it might put
yeah,
you in danger. I mean, that to me,
yeah.
but you can do that, but it can put you in danger because people are
Mm,
visually, they will post certain things that just not
mm,
like visually like align with the norm. So
mhm, mhm.
I don't know. I think that's what you're saying to me. It's like I see what you mean. You're a very good looking guy, well
Thank you,
spoken. So
thank
therefore,
you.
people are like, wait, you fit the kind of gay we like. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I mean, it's as we're talking about like LGBTQ topic for Pride Month, and I know
Mm,
it's such a horrible advice to say it, but it's like try not to be too much of who you are. Like I feel like it's like be
yeah,
who you are, but then
yeah,
kind of like also for
yeah,
your safety, like
yeah,
understand
yeah.
like what the society kind of
Absolutely. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they can accept. You know what I mean? And
Mhm,
it's uh,
mhm.
is that coming off rough?
No, it's absolutely, you're absolutely right. I think what it's actually something that you brought up, or that I've listened into what you've been sharing, and thanks for sharing that experience, is the fact that the threshold topic. Like, I know people that had to that are now transgender experience that had to come out twice because there was like a threshold. Okay, they're gay. It's okay. That's we can accept that. And then I know people who still
Right.
developed and still found themselves to go and actually experience or find themselves to be transgender. People like, okay, no, you can't do that. That's like taking it too far. Like that's
Mhm.
too much,
Yes, I
etc.
know.
So I have seen in my immediate circumstances where people experience that. But in South Africa, yeah, we're progressing quite well on that. Of course, as I said, there's still many hate crimes out there, and there's still many things that we are not seeing, realizing off paper in reality. But we have quite a few advocates in South Africa, entities, organizations that speak about this topic of progressive and actually realizing what's in our constitution. So yeah, I mean, I really can connect with that threshold aspect because that was quite a thing that I could see in communities where it's like, okay, it's fine to a certain extent, but don't go more above what we're experiencing. So yeah.
Right, right. All right. So now we're moving on to the next topic. Let's talk about South Africa and your amazing queens that I always gag over. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be from Africa, but who is your favorite Miss Universe? By the way, you guys, he also loves the Filipina queen. So
Yes.
he's always.
love
I feel
love the
like this guy is
Philippines.
far more Filipino than I am. I'm like, how do you know
I
all these things about the
love the
Philippines?
Philippines. Um, my favorite Miss Universe. Whew, this is a hard one. But I would definitely go with Zozibini Tunzi, Miss Universe 2019. Not just because she's South African,
Yes,
but
it is. I'm
because of
kidding.
but because of what she managed to portray within the space at the time.
Right,
As she has been quite she talked quite a lot about when she was obviously when she won, and fairly so. There was quite a lot of backlash that people told her, oh, she looks different, she doesn't look like what we are used to before.
right,
And that really struck deep because especially in male pageantry as well, it's still very much fixated on the way a person looks, whether it be luscious locks and whether it be a certain skin tone or certain height or a certain body shape. And she managed to really break all of that, what a lot of people perceived beauty to be.
right.
And I think that's why she's my favorite Miss Universe, because her entry and a win already was so impactful. I really love what she stood for, and yeah, I mean, she's a fabulous queen.
We love her.
And she got married recently, like
Oh, she
out of the
did?
blue. Yeah, she did. She
Oh,
got
cute.
married to a guy that yeah, I believe they grew up together. A fabulous wedding. I love her fashion as well. I'm very much into
Love that.
fashion from a point of fashion being extension of who you are. So yeah, I think she just encapsulated everything that we had or that we needed to see at the time when it comes to pageantry. Yeah.
Right. Love it. So is South Africa, you guys have always been really, is pageantry really big in South Africa?
No, pageantry is not a big thing in South Africa. When it comes to a sport or entertainment aspect, it usually is rugby. Rugby is our national sport, so
Oh, is
that's where you
it?
can see.
Okay.
Yeah, that's you can where you can see everybody just unites in uplifting the team and celebrating the team. And we're also obviously very good of winning the World Cup a few times, but I think a lot of people are getting more involved simply because of our success that we've had with Demi, with Zozi, with
Right.
Lalela, for
La
example.
Lela, oh, she's so gorgeous.
Yeah, she's absolutely stunning. She actually was
Natasha.
Natasha, all of the all of the queens really they either whether they've won or whether they have not won or placed or not placed, all of them really stepped into amazing careers and doing amazing things, especially for giving back.
Right.
So I think it's we are getting there. A lot of people are starting to rally behind the pageants, but I'm not too sure anymore because there's so much going on in the pageant world in
Yeah,
general.
I was gonna say
So
that. And
I
like
am not too
I
sure.
as of recent, a lot of the South African queens that are being set, I'm like, wait, these are not the caliber of like the South Africans that I saw in the 2010s. What's going on with that? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
2010, South Africa was just battling it out with the Philippines,
yeah,
and it's just like they just got the formula. They just to
yeah,
me, I feel
yeah,
like South
yeah.
African women just really like embodied like what Miss Universe was in 2010 or is to me in my perception.
Mm.
This
Hmm.
stunning face,
Yeah,
body, got a
yeah.
fierceness, and she's progressive, but at the same time, she
Yes,
also celebrates her femininity. You know what I mean?
absolutely,
So that's what
absolutely.
like
Yeah.
South Africa really kind of like molded a lot of their queens or found queens that fit that mold, that message. And I think that's how I'm like, they need to, they need to stop the crown chaser thing and just focus on like traditional crowning, like, queens that are
Yeah.
just amazing. So yeah.
Yeah, I think what really, it's like you've already touched on it, is we did well at a certain time, especially because we had a formula. We knew what the different pageants were looking for, and we are quite grateful for the people who managed to kind of figure out that formula. But of course, all of them are now in separate entities, new organizations. Like our current Miss Supranational is entirely under new ownership or license
Oh
holder.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
I read that.
everybody's still trying to now find their ways of what they feel they need to work on, or trying to fit the recipe, or in terms of the winning formula, but also keeping in mind what resources they, for example, have. So it's a lot of adjustment and adapting going on with all of the big pageants being owned separate at the moment. So yeah, so it's really about the formula, and it takes time. I think we will definitely get back on the map again, like we used to, like consecutive high placements. I think we
Right.
just need a little bit more time with this new changes and things that's been going on.
Yeah, because honestly, I'm kind of like, where's my South African queens? Like, I'm not they went up recently. I'm like, no, but
Mm,
why? I get it though. I really think that it's like in Southeast Asia is where like pageant is just really, really thriving. And
yeah.
South America, it's like now it's like even the South part of America
Hmm.
is like
Hmm.
really getting involved in like wanting to win and stuff like that. So all right, so it's almost been 30 minutes. I try to keep it to the maximum of 30 minutes. So just again, thank you so much for going live with me and celebrating Pride with all of us, whoever else is here. And whoever,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
someone after this, it's gonna post and more people are gonna watch it, I'm
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
So, is there anything you'd like us to, or you'd like to promote, or anything like that?
Well, I would just like to say thank you to you for doing this incredible work, for giving us a platform to voice the voices of those who are not oftenly heard. A lot of people are commenting in the comment section about how they relate to what we've been saying. So I don't want to promote anything from myself. I just want to promote you more,
Aw,
and
that's
show my
nice.
gratitude towards you for doing this. We have the resources, we have access to these, not everybody has it, and a lot of people are waiting on us, or a lot of people are waiting on us to create the platform. So thanks for the platform,
Yeah.
thanks for
I
just
can't wait to
being there.
meet you. I can't wait to meet the people that I talk to. It's just
Yeah.
sometimes, I think that's the thing is like, we all love pageantry. And I think,
Yeah.
like it's a really LGBTQ plus big
Mm,
community,
mm,
but it's still a small percentage that loves pageantry. So
mm,
to meet people that are like just as, like obsessed,
mm.
and that it's kind of cool, honestly, because it
It
takes
is.
like I think it takes the friendship, the relationship, kind of like
Mm,
next level. You know what I mean? Because
yeah.
to me, ultimately, just because we're the same gender or gender identity does not mean we're going to be
Mm,
friends. But like, but to be the same part of the community, but we have a second, like topic to like,
mm,
like to gag over and to bond over.
mhm.
That makes it even better. So I that's why I was like, you know what? I have to talk to some of these bitches, and honestly, really always wanted to do that. Like I like one sometimes when I'm going live and I'm like reading comments, and sometimes I'm watching it at the same time, and I watch it over and I miss some comments that I want to respond to, and so I'm like, okay, let me just have a moment to talk to pageant fans like myself.
Mm,
Like honestly, that's what it is. It's all about the people that supports me and watch me and are from the same community and have accepted me. So I love this so much. Thank you so much for doing this live.
thank
Happy. So
you.
wait,
It
do you
was
guys
so much
celebrate
fun.
like big pride parades and stuff like that in South Africa?
Yeah, we do have prides.
Is it
We
in June
have
as well? It's in June,
sorry.
right? Your guys' pride is in June as well.
We usually celebrate it also in the beginning of the year. We have Cape Town Pride, we have Johannesburg Pride, but I'm sure we'll also have a few events in June. But it's quite we go quite big. I haven't been to one yet. I still want to go to one. I never got the time or the opportunity to do so because I mean the streets are blocked off. There's parades.
Fun.
It's a
I want to
whole Mardi
go.
Gras of fabulousness. Um, there's one street in Cape Town that is painted the LGBTQ flag,
Yeah.
and they yeah, it's this amazing celebration of color, of identity, of uniqueness, and the whole municipality, or I don't know what you call it, governance, local state governments, governance, they get involved, they block off the roads, and
Yeah.
it's just a beautiful celebration. So we usually do it in Cape Town, where I'm based, but I know Johannesburg also has quite a big one. And yeah, it's really just an amazing celebration of yeah, uniqueness and identity, and also celebrating those who have came before us, who've paved the way for us, and also having, and it's not just supported or attended by us. Also, our allies are there. Our
Yeah.
family members who do not identify but are supportive, they are there. They dress up.
I
Everybody
could
is just
only
having a good
imagine
time.
how fabulous it is.
Yeah, and I mean it's even more colorful because I mean South Africa is known as the Rainbow Nation.
I
So
know.
with
I was gonna say
added
that.
celebration, it's absolutely epic. Like yeah, it's a
I
once in
want
a
to
lifetime
go.
experience.
I
Yeah,
always
you have
tell
to.
my viewers, I'm like, they better like have Miss Universe in like South Africa because I would be like totally going. So
Listen, we are ready. I think we've been ready. Yeah, it just never came, but yeah, we are definitely ready. I think we have incredible venues, obviously beautiful country, and incredible hosts like Bonang Mateba, for example.
no, I want to go. I
She's
honestly,
absolutely
all they
incredible.
gotta say is it's in South Africa, and I would like immediately. Well, I wouldn't immediately book it because I wouldn't know the date. Was once they give the date, I would go to South Africa. I'm like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I
It's just
think it's gonna be amazing.
it's another push for me to like, okay, maybe it's really time to go to South Africa or Africa. Anyway,
Yeah,
that's about it, you guys. Thank you so
awesome.
much for joining us with this live. And you could have been doing something else, but you joined us. So thank you so much. Thank you so
Thanks
much
for having me.
for joining. And again, you guys, happy Pride.
Happy Pride, everyone.
Bye. Have a good night. What time is it out there?
Let me see. I think it's
Don't give me that.
past.
Can you just
I,
tell me like an actual number,
I think
like
it's.
clock number?
I think it's past 8 p.m. Between 8 and 9 p.m. Yeah, in the
Eight.
evening.
It's 8 and 9 p.m. there right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's like
So
11 o'clock in the morning here.
early mid evening. Yeah,
All right. All right. Well, get some sleep tonight. Okay.
yeah.
Thank
I
you so much
would.
for this live.
All
Bye.
right. See you
Bye,
now. Bye bye.
guys.
Bye everyone.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me once again. And if you're out there and you guys want to join me on a live, just DM me on my Instagram. It's be extra with underscore Dell, or you can leave a comment here on my YouTube, and I would love to speak to you guys wherever you guys are from in this, from the world, and share your LGBTQ story and commemorate it with us. So, anyways, that's about it, you guys. Stay beautiful and stay extra, and happy Pride once again. Mwah. Bye, guys. Yes, Mr. Me. Mine is be extra with underscore Dell. So find me there, and I will talk to you on my DM. And we can have a chat as well. Absolutely. Bye, guys.